You inherited a house with your siblings. You want to sell, but they don't agree. Some want to keep it. Some want more money for the property. And some are just ghosting your calls. And here you are, stuck, stressed, and watching the house fall apart while nothing moves forward. Here's what you can do to get all your siblings on the same page, even if they don't trust the process or you don't have the money to buy everybody out. When emotions are high and money's involved, here's why selling a property turns into family drama. Sentimental value. Maybe you grew up in the house, maybe it's grandma's house, and you feel like selling the property is letting go of a big part of who you are. Greed or mistrust. Somebody thinks the house is worth $1 million when maybe it's only worth $300,000. One person might be doing all the work. They're cleaning the house. They're making sure the paperwork is done correctly. They're fixing up the house. Maybe there's a tenant in there and they're managing the property. No clear leadership. Another reason is no clear leadership. Everybody's trying to put it on the other sibling to take care of what needs to be taken care of. And lastly, money stress. One sibling is well off, does not need the money, and the other sibling needs the money like yesterday. If this sounds like your family, trust me, you're not alone. Those are some of the top reasons inherited homes get stuck in probate, back taxes, or eventually get lost to foreclosure. Here's how to get everyone on the same page. Step 1, put the emotions aside. The first thing you want to do when you talk to all the siblings or anybody who's set to inherit the house, acknowledge their feelings. Say, hey, I hear you. I understand. Hear them out before you speak. When you hear somebody before you speak, it's going to let them feel that you care about their feelings. Step 2, get a neutral evaluation. No guessing. The sibling that thinks their property is worth $1 million, the sibling that just wants to give it away for $100,000, whatever the case is, just get a neutral value of the property. A way to get a neutral value of a property is you can ask a local realtor. They should be able to give you a certified market analysis for free. It helps to earn your business. If not, they might charge you a small fee. You can always get the property appraised. You can always go to Zillow. Zillow is not always that accurate, but put your address in Zillow and look at addresses within a half-a-mile radius that look similar to yours and see what they sold for. That's a good indicator of what your property might be worth. Another thing you could do is you can get 3 different offers from cash investors, and that should be a good indicator what your house is worth. Step 3, put everything in writing. Put what the property is worth from a neutral source, list down everybody's reasoning and how they feel, and then discuss what everybody's share is. The easiest way to do it is to split equally. The fair thing to do, if somebody has spent money on the property, it's only fair that they get their money back. That's only fair, and I believe any sibling or heir should be able to agree with that. But if not, splitting it equally might be your best bet. Another thing you can do if one heir is being super greedy and another heir is being more reasonable, maybe that heir or sibling is willing to give up a little bit of the portion just to make it fair for everybody. Step 4, give them an offer based on what everybody agreed on. So let's say the house is worth $100,000. There's 4 of you and all 3 of them want to sell and you want to keep them. So you divide it by 4, which is $25,000 each. So you buy them out for $75,000. Okay, that's the easiest way to do it. Now, keep in mind, if the house needs repairs, if there's a mortgage on the house, I believe that should be taken into consideration. Because if you're splitting it in 4, it should be split after the repairs and after the mortgage. So let's say, for example, the house is worth $100,000 and it has a $20,000 mortgage. And let's say it needs $25,000 in repairs. I'm making these numbers up. So there's $50,000 left. That's actually what you need to split because it wouldn't be fair if you pay $75,000 for a $100,000 house and then you have to put another $50,000 to satisfy debts and repairs. That means you're essentially paying more. So what if you want to buy out your siblings, but you don't have any money? Let's say you don't want to sell, you want to keep the house, but you're broke. Here's what you can still make happen. Option 2, you can always offer creative financing to your siblings. If you don't have the money all up front, you can tell the siblings, hey, How about I pay you over time? If the siblings are not desperate for the money, they might be willing to do that. Option 3, if you don't have the money, you can always go to a bank and refinance on the house. Of course, you're going to need credit to do this and some money as a down payment. If you try to convince your siblings and they're not just budging, they don't like the offer, and you need a cash offer from an investor, hit the link in the bio. Let's schedule a call. We'll get you a cash offer, or at minimum, give you options and more advice on what you can do in your situation.